Right up.
Hi. We are live, I always say in my videos, from the Rainbow Street Dance Studio. We're in Lapwai, Idaho, Niimipuu country. This one's so good. Come around and everyone can smudge. So when we enter an arena, there's a lot of energy that comes into that circle. Trust and believe you are connected to everyone, not just in the power arena, but to everyone in the world. We are connected, and that's when you can embrace that, it's a beautiful thing. However, if let's say you've had a loss, or you're just not feeling the best, you're negative, it's best to smudge and get those feelings off of you before you come into a circle. And it's because we're so connected, we don't want that to brush up on someone else. There's been times I've gone to a powwow, I've been like in a really good mood, felt ready to dance, and then all of a sudden I felt sad or just something that wasn't really connected to me. And I believe it was because someone else brought that energy to the circle. So let's just be mindful of that, moving forward, to have good thoughts. Anything that is not going good, we leave it at the door. The arena is a healing circle. It's a place for us to heal. And taking that, it's important because I've seen where I've danced for someone and literally that person came to me and said that it changed them, and then vice versa. I've been watching and I've cried, not in a bad way, but in a way where it was like, oh my God, that was so awesome. And it literally healed my body. So it's not, we have another visitor. It's not just the Jingle dress dancers that are healers. We're all healers. That's pretty cool. All right, so we always warm up. We are athletes. Treat your body accordingly. Hydrate, warm up before a competition, and always try to stretch because that will prevent injuries. So you can play cricket then. Is that on? I don't know if you guys can hear us. Hopefully you can see us. Good. Technology is cool, but then sometimes it's like, oh my God. Right? And you know what? I believe that the 5G, I've done a lot of research on it too, and they're moving forward towards 6G at some point very soon. If they don't already have it, it's just a lot of energy that's, and you're putting that right by your ears. And I know that it affects the brain, it affects the body, and because we're electrical currents. That's what our body is. We're like crystals. And so I feel like it scrambles things. It confuses things. It can be a tool, but it can also be a distraction. And so it's good to have a balance with our cell phones. Now the 1-2. The 1-2 is your 1-2 step. Well, look at her. I need to do my flexibility. I need to do that. Yeah, the 1-2 is just like this. Don't you move forward from your chairs? And 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, we'll stop. When you hear that drum is your heartbeat. It is the same. Your drum, put your hand over your heart. Okay? The drum, your heart, and your feet are the same. So they're in time. So the beat is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good job. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I want you to raise your hand when you hear the harmony. And the harmony is the heartbeat that you hear. It's kind of like in the middle of down now, or the birds. 1, 2, 1, good job. If you get off, get back on. The next time you get back on is on the harmony. 1, 2, good job. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. I think they're looking at this now. Lapwai. All right, good job. All right, now we stretch. Everyone breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Okay, go ahead and pull up for a calf stretch. Pulling the toe, extend, breathe into the stretch for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and bring the arm across. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pull up for a nice hamstring stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Don't forget to breathe. Other side. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's breathe in again. Your breath is your life, so you can't forget to breathe. Exhale once more. All right. Now we're going to stop on time, right? All right. Now, let's see here. We're gonna run through our basic moves. I don't know if you've seen any of the classes that I've done online, but there are basic moves that I teach every student in the exact same order. How you interpret that move makes you you. It makes you unique. So it's good to watch other people, because I love watching other dancers and getting, just ideas and different ways of doing their moves or doing moves, period. But your body is going to do it the way that you were designed from the creator. And that's a beautiful thing. So I don't ever give like one student edge over the other. I teach them exactly the same. And it's so awesome because I've never seen anyone do the moves the same, as many students as I have. So if you want to come in just a little bit more. All right, so our first move is the crisscross. The crisscross is exactly how it sounds. It is 1, 2, 3, and 4. We do all moves in sets of 4. It's not a move unless you've done it a minimum of 4 times. The reason why I say that is because you have to commit to it. I say each move is almost like a decision. It's a choice that you make. So once you make that choice in life and in the arena, you have to commit to it. If I'm watching you and you just do it once, I mean, it's like, okay, maybe, there's a Chris, but it's not actually like I can see that you committed to it and that it's a move unless it's done 4 times. Now I say take it past 4, but when we're doing our moves practicing, we're going to go in sets of 4. I say do it 4 and then do it 4 again and 4 again. When you watch dancers that can commit to a move and do it over and over in every single direction, it shows that they've mastered it. You should be able to do the move in place, forward, backwards, to the side, circular, okay? All right, so let's try the crisscross. That's exactly how it sounds for a set of 4. In 1, 2, crisscross now. 1, 2, stop right there. Very nice, very good. For fancy, it's a little more. For jingle, it's closer to the ground. There are a lot of sub-styles and just individuality in each of the styles. No 2 dancers are going to dance the same. Just like we saw that tiebreaker, they're sisters, right? Very similar styles, but they did their own unique way of movement. Okay, so our next move is the side to side. This move can be done on the floor. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Jingle, I've even seen where now they're lifting it. I wouldn't say go as high as fancy, keeping it lower to the ground, is here. But then on the ground, it's the same move, the side to side. So we're going to try that now. In 1, 2, side to side now. 1, 2, we'll take it 4 more in the air. 1, 2, stop right there. Very nice, very nice. All right. Our next move is the crossover. And that's exactly how it sounds. You just take your right foot, and I always start on the right. For you lefties, I don't know how. Is there any left-handers? Do you still do your moves?
I still do mine right.
You do? Yeah. Is that because you were taught to be that way, or?
I think it's just how I was able to train my mind to it.
Right. They're not too kind to lefties. in the world. You guys barely just, I mean, not barely, but you guys have scissors now. I've seen that now. But I always start on the right. So it's, you take the right foot up, and then you tap it on across, then back in the air, and then back down. Then you switch and do it on the left. Cross, tap, up, and down. So in 1, 2, cross over now. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. We'll do the 1 and 2. Switch it right here. 1 and 2. Keep moving. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Stop right there. Awesome. Okay, so now we have another move called the pitter pat. The pitter pat is where you cross the foot and then you take it to the heel and then back to the toe. So it's a heel toe move, and everybody does it differently. How I suggest to do it is, honestly, you have to skip over and tap here first. Then you hit the heel and you're back to the toe. Then back to the heel, then back to the toe. Now, how you transition your body to switch to the other side, you're gonna have to find your way with that. All the students are different. So let's just try it, switching, okay? From side to side. So we'll go up and tap, then it's heel, toe, then up, then tap, then heel, toe. Okay, if you don't stop. If you get off or if you do yours differently, just go with it and see how your body transitions the best. So we'll do it for 2 sets of 4, so it'll be 8, okay? In one, if you stay on one side for 4 and switch, or 2, however your body does it, just try to get through it. Okay, so pitter pat in 1, 2, pitter pat now. 1, heel, toe. 1, heel, toe. 1, heel, toe. One more set. 1 heel, toe. 1 heel, toe. 1 heel, toe. Stop right there. Honestly, I think it works better if you hit the heel toe than it's heel toe, huh? That works better. So let's try it again. It's 1 heel toe. Heel toe. I'm going to say it wrong. Heel toe, heel toe. Heel toe, heel toe. Heel toe, heel toe. You're getting heel toe, heel toe. Good job. Heel toe, heel toe. Stop right there. Very good. Very good. Everyone always says that's a hard move for them. But it's just figuring it out to get it on, make it stay on beat. Very crisp move. Very good job. Good job. You got it. All right. So another move that we do is called the scoop. Now, like I said, all these moves in Jingle can be used for fancy. They're just done bigger. And when it's fancy, you have a shawl on. So when you're walking, your opposite arm corresponds with your opposite leg, right? When people walk. Because if you walk, that'd be kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
It's because you have to be balanced, because at all times, you might, just walking and staying balanced, 2-legged creatures is probably easier if you're 4-legged, but if you're 2-legged, then that's why we walk opposite. So our shawls are the same. If you have your shawl on, if I was doing a move, the scoop is a good one. I do that one with the same leg, same foot. It's not a good example, but usually it's opposite. So if I'm kicking, see how I'm kicking? It's opposite. All right, so for Jingle, you can do those same moves, like I said, but just lower to the ground. But there's your posture and keeping everything here still, but then moving with the move. I always call that icing. You might like a cupcake, right? But you like it a whole lot better if it has icing on it. Adding the extra with the head movement for Jingle and with the fan, okay? We'll get to that a little bit more. It's just adding on where your entire body is dancing and not just your legs, okay? So let's try the scoop. So the scoop is exactly how it sounds. For fancy, and even for Jingle, when you're scooping, you're gonna scoop your fan with the same leg. So it's 1 and plant, 2 and plant, 3 and plant. Stop right there, okay? So you want to try it in Jingle mode first, and then we'll just take the arms up second time, and we'll do it fancy. Okay. Scoop on the count of 3. 1, 2, start right now. Scoop and plant. Scoop and plant. Scoop and plant. Stop right there. Okay. Now arms up.
Let's try it with fancy. Ready? And 1, 2, scoop right now. Scoop and plant. Scoop and plant. Scoop and plant. Stop right there.
You good?
Very good. Very good. All right. Now I'm teaching you guys as like intermediate class, because all these girls here, you all are already dancers. So that's good. That's refreshing, because not that it's hard, but it's just when they're on different levels, it's kind of hard to like really show the ones that are beginning all the real basic stuff. So you guys are doing great. Okay, so it's always good to have a plan, right? When you go to school, you have a schedule, right? You get up, you go to math, English, history, then lunch, then gossip time after lunch, then maybe you have gym. Well, in life, when you go to college, you're gonna have to have a plan. You gotta get your dorm set up. Not even that. Before you even get to college, you have to fill out your financial papers, right? You have to fill out scholarship papers and what dorm you want to stay in, what classes you want to stay in. Feel free at any time to take water, anytime that you need it. So when you're dancing, it's not that I'm telling you to have a routine, because having a routine, to me, you can tell. You can tell, you've seen dancers that it's like the same every single time. It's almost like they're in autopilot. Now, I've seen dancers that were champion dancers that it looked the same every single time you watch them. I feel like intention is way more important, okay? Consistency is good, but intention, feeling that song, but having a plan as far as certain moves that you feel are the most comfortable is a good idea. It's just because there's so much going on. This arena is exactly like our life. You will see that when you're having a hard time or it's chaotic in your regular life, then when you go dance, it's chaotic and it's hectic in that circle. But when you're in tune with that circle and when you're on outside of the circle, it's like a mirror. What's above is below. It's the same. So I say, don't worry about, because I used to worry when I first started dancing about having so many moves, right? I wanted to, and I would get mad at myself if I forgot one. Or, if I didn't do one quite right. I feel like it's best to stick to less moves and to master them. It's better to have 3 moves where, let's say the first verse, you do that crisscross and you draw it out every direction, to the right, to the left, forward, and then back. And then the second verse, you can do that pitter-pat. I'm not saying the whole verse, you know what I mean? But just kind of take it slow. Then the third verse, do your side to side. And then in the fourth, combine all 3. That is a better way of showing that you've commanded that and mastered it than to be all over the place and randomly, just skipping around. Now, as you advance as a dancer, you're going to take these moves, we can chop them in half and put them back together with other moves, and that makes combination moves. So you can take the crisscross and take it to side, heel, toe, and then it becomes a complex move where it's movement. At some point, you won't be doing moves, you're in a movement, and that's called dancing. So now I want all of you to turn, once you turn and face this way, or you guys turn that way, and we're gonna walk in a line. Start walking, go this way. Yep, start walking. Now right now, we are walking in against the moon, or with the sun, or with the earth. What is this called? Clockwise? Yes, we are with the clock. We are in tune. Our people were with the earth, with the seasons. We even put up our teepees according to where the moon is. And it was so that we knew when to plant. We knew when to do different things, have our different feasts. So we should always be with the earth. Now, certain tribes, they dance the opposite way. I've seen that. So it's important to do your research. If you see, ask someone, ask the whip man, ask the arena director, why are we going the opposite way? Like, if you don't know, that's what they're there for. Don't be afraid to ask a question, because that's a very good question. If you go over to New York and Six Nations area, they go the opposite way. But see, they'll do that for their smoke dances, but then when it comes powwow, they'll go back the regular way. Now, but for the most part, you will go clockwise, stay with the earth. Now, we walk, when you're in kindergarten, you're told to stay in line, right? Stay in a straight line. You get on the line leader, right? And it's cool, but once you master that, you're going to start to learn and make your own decisions and blossom into the beautiful flower that God planted that seed for, right? Like her shirt, it started out as a tiny seed, but then look how beautiful it became as it grew. So as we grow, keep walking, we won't stick to the strict line of like kindergarten status. We'll go up the hill, turn in, and go back down. And we will curve up and down, almost like in a hill pattern, but still progressively going clockwise. And this is because we're growing, right? We know our bodies more, we're in shape, so we can do moves and make that progression and show that journey in the arena. You should be able, once we get out of this class and once you practice them, you should be able to do your moves crisscross, take it to the side, and backwards, forward, and master that decision or that move. Okay, so let's go back to our place. Now, some dancers I have seen, they go the opposite way. Now, I believe it's strategy. Like, have you noticed? They're trying to stay up front because they see the judges up front. When I'm judging, I don't like that. I will pick, if two dancers are dancing at the same level, I will pick the dancer that danced in a circle because that's what we're supposed to do. And plus, you have a gift. There are people that are in wheelchairs. There are grandmas that, I wish I could dance. They're way over there. If you dance just right back here, even though it's competition, I'm telling you, the judges might be all the way up here, but they see you all the way over there. Like, dang, she just took that by herself. Her own freaking, with no one. She wasn't afraid. That's something in powwow and in dance. You don't have to say one word, but you can tell the most amazing story about who you are. With the way you dress, with the moves that you make, and with the way that you hold yourself. I mean, some of you, it's nervous. You're nervous, right? That's the beauty of dancing. You don't have to say a word, but you can show them every bit of you with your moves. Okay, so I mean, the only time I'm strategic as far as when there's a hill in the arena. I don't like hills, or when there's like, it's rough terrain. I'm like, oh man, there's some thick grass over there. I'm like, me and my girls are like, stay home from over there. But we still find a path to get through it. That's what you have to do in life. Yeah, you're going to come into times where it's hard or it's a rough patch. But you have to find a way to get through it. If you stay away from it and just stay on the easy side, that's not helping you. So when you see a dancer command and go all the way around no matter what, it shows. So always keep that circle. And it's also because that grandma came to see you. She could be 90 years old, and if she's over there in a wheelchair, she can't see you if you're over here. So don't waste that gift or that opportunity to share what you've been given or what you've been learning with someone else, okay? All right, well, let's get back to it. We're going to do crisscross. I want you to get in rows now. And that's just because we're going to be going side to side and forward and back. So do three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You're the princess right now? You're the current princess?
Oh.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. And what is your title?
Missy Cactus.
What do you say when you have to get up on the mic on here?
So, talk to like alone, and I do my introduction. I introduce all my parents and then my grandparents, and I talk about the power.
Have you ever messed up on the mic?
Yeah.
And then were you afraid to go back up, like the next powwow, or you got better?
I think I got better over time.
Very good, very good. It's very important to learn. If you're not in a language class, at least learn the welcome. Like, that's so important. Like, when I hear that at a powwow, all the girls, like some of the girls speaking in English, and then when I hear someone speaking their language, I'm like, I scream for them, and I don't even know who they are at the time because it's important. And we thank you, princess. You're royalty. No, that's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. All right, so now we're all in our squares here. Watch those shoes right behind you because we will go backwards. But honestly, I have taught students. Once during COVID, I had a student, she hadn't left her apartment in New York for 4 months. And that was because it went for way longer. New York got hit hard. And she got a hold of me through the social distance powwow, and she wanted her daughter to stay connected or to get connected. She had never danced. So I taught her, and she was in a one-bedroom little apartment in New York City, and she literally had a square this big. If that's the circle that you have to work within, make it work. You can train in a circle that little. You can. You can. So even though we don't have a lot of space here, what you'll do is just keep your moves tighter to your body. You can be in an arena sometimes with 100 different girls. And they might say, you know what, we're not splitting y'all, you're dancing all together. You have to learn how to go through all of those, I say, distractions. People that are trying to hold you up, that's your competition. They're trying to hold you up. There are people that are trying to cut you off. That's going to happen in life. You have to learn how to adjust and how to go backwards, how to turn and stay in place. And that is a part of growing up, okay? So let's stay in our places right here. We're going to do 4 in place of the crisscross. Then we're going to take it to the right for 4, back to the left for 4, and then back to our places. Stop right there. In 1, 2, crisscross now. 1, 2, take it to the right. 1, 2, now back to the left. 1, 2, come back to center. 1, 2, stop right there. Good. You guys have done this before. All right, let's take it up a notch. Let's do 4 in place. Go 4 backwards, then 4 back forward. And then we're going to go in a circle, and we'll stop right there. In 1, 2, crisscross now. 1, 2, backwards right here. 1, 2, forward right here. 1, 2, circular now. 1, 2, stop right there. Very nice. You have mastered the crisscross. Round of applause. That's your first move. You will have a lot of decisions in life. Decisions that you will make so quick that you forgot you even made them sometimes. And so, with showing a move, me saying that you have to do it more, 4 is the minimum. Do it 4 more, and then 4 more. Because now it's like, oh snap, now she's doing the crisscross. But it also frees up your mind. Because it gets nerve-wracking when you're in the arena, right? When you're giving your speech and you have a bunch of other girls, you're like, oh my God, I have to speak the clearest. I have to talk nice for my family. Everyone's watching me. It's the same when you're dancing. I get nervous to this day, and I've been dancing for a long time. Jitters, like my husband's like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out. You have to learn how to calm yourself down. One way of doing that is by repeating the move over and over, so that then your mind is doing it in autopilot. You're like, you don't even realize you're doing it. Then it gives you the opportunity to set up for the next move. Thank you, I needed that. You want to crisscross with me?
No.
Okay. She dances fancy. She's trying to, she didn't want, she was in chill mode. She's like, no, I'm a tiny tot. And I don't know what someone had told her about juniors, but she was afraid. She did not want to move up to juniors. And so then this little girl that was a little older than her was at the powwow, and she's a beast. Like, she's on point. She's fully dressed, braids. I mean, everything. She's ready to go every single powwow. And they became friends, and then she wanted to dance. And then the last 2 powwows, she got 2nd place.
Yay!
Yeah. So then my other daughter, she dances fancy, but then she switched to scrub. And scrub is a traditional style that is from her tribe of Meskwaki. And so they scrub and they pump their arms. And her dad wanted her to be scrub forever, like literally forever. And he was hating on her because she was dancing fancy, and I was loving it because, you know, I'm fancy. But when she went to what she is, because she's a Meskwaki, you know, Meskwakis have their own distinct style. Just like over here in the Northwest, if you dance traditional, you guys high step, right? And you raise your fan. Do they raise their fan?
No.
No, some they don't.
Some do.
Some do.
I don't.
But I did. I don't know if I did a tutorial, but I did go and ask, and they're not supposed. I was told by 2 women that they traditionally did it. Now, so I do feel like that's important. Find out, because you want to be accurate and you want to be traditional when you're dancing those styles, because it is tribally oriented. And honest to God, yeah, it might look cool when you see the girls that are like from Fort Hall. They raise their fans, okay? They raise their fans. and it's extravagant, and it's like, whoa, man, I wish I could raise my fan. You know, I get that, but you honestly, your elders and the judges that know, they will appreciate it, and it will help you in the long run because you stuck to what was correct. So I suggest ask a grandma, ask one of the champions that are from around here, why, or ask them why. Is there a reason why we don't raise our fan? And I guarantee you, there's a story. There is nothing random with our culture. That is a beautiful thing. It makes sense. And sometimes it's so beautiful, it's like, are you freaking... No man could have made it up. It had to have come from God. It had to come from the Creator. Because it's so perfectly designed and interconnected that if you don't find out the reasons and the stories behind what we're doing, then you're robbing yourself. Because the intention won't be there. When you hear the stories, it will change your life. So go sit with an elder and find out. Because I guarantee there's a story behind it. Okay? And you don't want to offend anyone, especially when it comes to your own tribal dances. Okay. So do they wear baskets here? Yes. And what's the reason behind that?
The lead scout. So the traditionally when we were given a lead scout basket hat, it would have been usually made out of bear grass or a corn husk or more of the easier gathered gotten from the store materials. But when you were given a lead scout a basket hat, that means that you are a very high esteemed gatherer within your band of tribal people. And a lot of the times the basket hats are made for specific people or handed down nowadays to the next generation of prominent gatherers. So when you see women with basket hats, that's usually, they're probably a pretty good contribution of gatherer in their communities. So, Angela, do you have anything else to add to that?
Okay, so you were, it wasn't something that you just got, like, hey, here, you had to earn it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that still the protocol?
It should be, yeah.
So you don't see little girls, which I have noticed, you don't see little girls wearing them, correct? Or you might, if it's passed down hereditarily? Mm-hmm. Okay, I got it. Well, that's
also
awesome.
pretty good little gatherers too, though, so they might have some too.
That's cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really good at gathering because I'm hyper. And I'm like, wait a minute, I second guess myself a lot. Like when I go out to look for herbs or different plants. So I do enjoy having my phone where I'll do like, the search of what plant it is because I don't know if my mind works too fast, but it's just not my gift. And that's okay, I can admit that. Now my older sister Marcia, she can find them and she's like, that's it, don't get it, pick it now. She's like, it's not ready. She knows, so that's why it's her job. That's why I take her with me, you know what I mean? But when you find something that you're either good at or not good at, nurture it. I mean, it's not that you won't become good at it, but when you're already naturally good at something, it's good to commit. So each of you know your style is there a style that you stay, you might like to dance jingle, but do you go in fancy for the most part? It just depends. Well, let me ask this now, and I've done this. Because in Oklahoma, a lot of times they don't have women's fancy shawl. They'll have jingle. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense to me because it is a fancy area. But a lot of times they'll have jingle, and they'll have, of course they have their traditional. And so, but then there's times where they do have them all, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'll strategize in my head like, well, there's going to be this person there, so should I go in this category? And it creates a lot of stress. I start like looking on the Facebook like, who's going? I'm like, I mean, literally train yourself and commit so that no matter what, you're going to do well. So if you choose to be a dancer that goes between styles, then commit to both of them the same so it doesn't matter who shows up. See what I'm saying? If that's the role that you want to take where, you know what, I am an all-round dancer. I'll dance what style I want because I've always been waiting to see somebody come out and dance, like show up every weekend and switch styles and be a champ. Like that's still, I'm waiting to see that. But if you're going to do that, you've got to be prepared for what that means. That means you've got to have the full outfit and be able to adjust your body. It doesn't look good when you have a fancy shawl dancer who's trying to dance traditional, and you can definitely tell she's just like all over the place. You have to be one of those dancers that or people that has the gift to fully adjust for each style, I feel, in order to say that that's what you're going to do and be. Okay? Don't take the easy way out, like, because of competition. I do believe in strategy at sometimes. Like, if there's only one, there's nobody that shows up, shoot. If you got a jingle dress, you might as well go at jingle, you know what I mean? But if you're going to do that, then just commit to doing all of them, training equally for all of them. Okay, so we mastered the crisscross, and I forgot one of my moves was the heel toe. We'll put that one in there, and that's basically the side, and and the pitter pat, where you sliced them in half and combined them into a new move. Every one of these moves, you can cut up, chop them up, and make different combinations. But when you make that combination, then make it where you stick to that combination and you repeat, repeat, repeat. Okay? So now let's do the side to side. We'll do it for 4 just here, and then we'll do it 4 in the air. In 1, 2, side to side now. Side, 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 side. In the air, side, side. Stop right there. Now, with that move, how would we add icing? I need a little icing, because I like cake. And I'll eat cake over a piece of bread. But I love icing. And I really don't want, I've seen a child that will not get the cupcake if it doesn't have icing on it. And if it has sprinkles, they want 2, right? Add that to each move. So we did the move, basically, where it was here. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough. But you want to add extra. So add the head. And even if you have a fan, you can add just a slight, what would you call that, dab of the fan. Now, don't make that where that's every move. Make sure it's distinctly different from when you're doing the 1, 2. So let's add icing with the side to side. I want to see the heads going with each side. Now, I did say earlier that we go opposite, but there are certain moves where, and you could go opposite. You could go opposite with it. So your body's going to interpret it the way God designed it, correct? So let's see the side to side with icing in 1, 2. Start right now. 1, 2, 3. In the air. 1, 2. Stop right there. Now, you know, especially like I'm talking about that tie. Y'all got to watch it if you haven't seen it.
Oh, yeah.
The tie between Laura and Tandy and Lastly was epic because it was sisters.
Can you find it? Did you guys
Yeah,
already watch
it's on my channel right here.
They're so pretty.
Oh my God. They're our relatives. They're related to my husband. They're Meskwaki. I'm half Meskwaki. And their mother, we've been dancing against each other and with each other since we were teenagers. So we know them very well. And they're amazing leaders. They used to play basketball. They went to college to play basketball. Like, use your athletic ability in and out of the arena to get better and to get opportunities. You get to travel all over, go to school for free. You know, I mean, those days will be over very soon. And I miss the competition of being in high school. So you might not have a coach that you like. I mean, for real. It happens. I've been there. I didn't run my last 2 years in high school because I didn't like the school that I was at. And then I think back now, like, what were you thinking? Because honestly, even though they weren't plus they didn't try. So I didn't want to be on a losing team. I made excuses, right? And so I missed out on getting an athletic scholarship. Now, I did get an academic scholarship, but I could have gotten even more money. Or I could have gone to, you don't want to close the door on opportunities that come your way. So try it and work hard at it. So our next move is the crossover. So it's just how it sounds. And then you can even do the move in the air where it's here. You'll see some of the girls, that's Fancy Shawl. I've seen jingle dress dancers do it. Now, one thing, let's go ahead and clarify. Jingle dress dancers, I will never teach you, don't spin. Spinning is not a part of the jingle dress style. Now, you will see girls do it. And y'all get upset, my bad. But I'm going to teach you the way that I was taught, and they're not supposed to spin. Now, you can do a cut and turn, but then make sure that you distinctly cut back and go the other way. Turning all the way in a circle is not supposed to be part of the jingle dress style. A lot of girls are doing it. Doesn't mean, and you may try it. However, I'm just going to tell you how I was taught. Okay? There's not very many rules in our dance. Each of them have its own distinct style of outfit, right? But as far as rules, stopping on time is a rule that goes across the board. But our moves, there's certain moves that, traditional dancers aren't going to be doing side to side and kicking up. That's different. But when it comes to jingle and fancy, there's not very many rules. But the one rule, as far as spinning, I would suggest the old school people and the ones that know the rules, you're not supposed to do it. Another rule as far as jingle is that when they stop on the side step, it stops, right? And I'll play it for you and I'll show you. And then the drum hits. You're supposed to stop on the first one. And then when the drum hits, they hit. I would love for, when we sign up for powwow, for there to be a questionnaire for judges, that you have to answer these questions correct to even be considered as a judge, because it does matter. It does. I asked all the ones from up north, and I asked the singers, and they told me, they're like, no, you're supposed to stop on that first stop. So, and that's a big issue, because let's say you two are in a jingle dress tie, and it's sidestep, and one of you stops on that first stop, beat, the other one stops on the second one. There will be people who just don't know any better who will think that you missed the stop. So it's important for, as judges, or just if you're going to be involved, to know what's going on and to know the protocol. Okay, jingle dress dancers, you're sending your prayers. That's what that means when you raise your fan up. Okay, so the higher you raise that fan, I would think the faster your prayer is going to get to the Creator, making it a strong honor beat and not a weak. I had a friend who, her style, she kind of like pointed her fan down towards the ground when she was dancing. And she had a grandma straight come tell her, do not point your feathers down at the ground. And she was mortified because she got called, but hey, she never did it again. Sometimes we need that in the arena. Okay? Just knowing your role and your place, especially as a princess, you know that you can't be running around with crop tops and right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Right. There's a time and place for everything, I always say. So carrying yourself in that way, and that's another thing. When you're judging, or when anyone's watching you that's standing up, we're at eye level, okay? So we're at eye level. If you get tired from here down, keep your steps closer to you. Don't lift them off the ground. But keeping your head and your posture should always be up. Very good. Very good posture. Very good. And that's because what if I want to come over and push you? See, she didn't even move. Right? That's in and out of the arena. It's also for your health. You don't want to be like this. Posture and our backbone is everything. Okay? So this time we're going to do the crossover. And with that, holding your head strong. If you look down, or my arms are down, what's the first thing that you think? She's tired, man. Or she's got somewhere she wants to be. When you're in a competition setting, holding those arms up higher, and now it's even higher. I mean, I don't know how they do it. Watch them; their arms are so strong, all up in there, and that takes strength. Accordingly, work out. Do planks. Find the exercises that work best for your style, because trust and believe, it's using a completely different set of muscles. Okay, so let's do the crossover, which is up in the air and we're tapping, and back up in the air and back. And we're going to alternate, and then we're going to do it in a circle, okay? And we'll stop right there. In 1, 2, crossover now. 1, 2, 3. Take it in a circle. Turn. 2, 3. Stop right there. Very nice. Very nice. Posture is everything. Okay, so should we turn the music on? We should. Let's watch just a few minutes. It's only 1 minute. While we catch our breath, grab water, and then we're gonna start running. I'm gonna start running you guys in a different type of drill.
Another reason to be a good driver is?
Y'all subscribe to my channel.
Yeah, the driver.
I'm trying to get 10,000.
What's your channel?
It's under Verna Street. I don't know why, because I set it up as Raven Street Dance Studio. But this is at Durant. And what was even more awesome is that they got Meskwaki Nation, okay? And Meskwaki, I mean, it was just like, it was epic. Now, did y'all see Laura at the Northwest, or the North? Let me tell y'all something. That was like, yes. And when she hit that last beat and she went like that, I was like, y'all better stop.
She got me goosebumps.
Yes. And she's a mother of 2. Her sister Laura is.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Sisters, all this is a powerful.
Man. And it was almost like they were doing the same move right there. That was so cool. Shout out to Laura and Tavia Lastly and Star. We love all of you. And your sister's a beast. Her kicks are amazing.
Oh.
So good. You know they practice together every day. It was so awesome. So think about how that gave you goosebumps and how one day you might be in that same situation, right? Preparation is key and information is key. So them knowing that they got Meskwaki Nation, that gives them like, okay, they get a mindset, because a lot of Fancy Shaw, we used to be scared of Meskwaki Nation because they sang us so long as fast as songs, but they've been nicer. Thank you, we appreciate you. And we got them actually at Durant for competition, and it was good. It was refreshing, because when the singers and when the dancers can work together, it's a great thing. I know that there is an original competition between the dancer and the drum. It was never that we danced against each other. It was us versus the drum. And if they bucked you off, you were out. But now it has changed where you see the shift where, but still that is a secondary competition that you're dancing against the drum, because you have to train, right? You have to learn the songs. Otherwise, it could be you danced all over that girl. But the old school rule is if you miss the stop, then you lost. Now, not everybody, but for the most part, especially in a tie, if one of them had missed that stop, then it wouldn't have been no question. No matter what you did before that, doesn't matter. It comes down to the stop. Okay, so I want all of you to come over here. I want you to get in a line right here. And I'm going to have you come circular, and I'll have you come in stages, not back to back. But then we'll do the crisscross, and then that'll be your first move, okay? I want you to do it 4 times. No, I want you to do it 8 times, okay? So 2 sets. Do it in a different direction the second set of 4. Does that make sense? Okay? And it's just gonna be like a little train. It's where you're going one after another, and you can kind of see how the other one's doing it. You're like, okay, I like the way she did that, you know. And then you're gonna come back and get right back in line, and then the next move. Actually, you know what? Because of the space, do the crisscross all the way around. I want you, the first 4, do it one way, then switch on your next 4, and switch on the next. When you should be done with 3 to 4 sets by the time you get back in line. Then the next round will be the crossover. And then the next one will be side to side. And we're gonna run through them. We will play a song. It's important to be in time with the drum.
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Is that too slow? Okay.
Hey, Abe, Terry St. John, take it away. Far, far away.
That'll work. Okay, so you dance Jingle or you dance all of them, right? You pick which one. We're gonna see Verna. Very good. I'm just gonna position you, and don't get flustered. Over here. Very good. And raise the fan when you hear it. Very good. Your turn. Yes, ma'am. Good job. Some icing. There it is. Good job. She did it circular very well. Your turn. Very good. Good job. I'm just gonna load it. Very good. Keep the move close to your body right here. 1. Good job. Raise your fan. And your turn. Good job. Now see how she's holding it and going in that same direction, and she's adding the icing with it. Beautiful. Good job. Nice. Your turn. Arms up. Higher. Good job. After 1, 2. Good job. Nice. She did a spin. Nice. Can we do it with you? I'll do it with you. Ready? Begin. Come on. Yes. And turn and go backwards. All right, your turn. Good job. Your turn. You got it. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Good job. Your turn. Good job. Are you put your hand on your hip? Are you getting fancy? Fancy? Okay, your arms up. Good job. It's about to stop. Play it again.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Very good.
Hey,
Very
Abe,
good.
Terry
See,
St.
each
John,
one
take
we
it
did it completely
away.
different.
Far,
And that's
far
so
away.
beautiful because we are so unique. Begin. Good job. Good job. Nice transitioning. Now turn it backwards. 1, 2. 1, 2. see the fancy. Arms up. You did it. And she just skipped a beat. Good job. Now turn with it. Yes, your turn. Nice. I like that. No, you're good. It is hard, huh? That's the heel. She's got it. That's the side. What do I call that move? I can't even remember. That's fast. The side heel. Side and heel. Side and heel. You see it push it off. The L, that's what it's called. Sorry. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now try it. Side and heel. Side, heel. Side. There you go. Good job. Good job. Your turn. Yeah, and then you can add in that heel because it pushes you off easier. Nice. And see how she's lifting on hers? It's just a different way of expressing it. Very good. Do it however you want. And you can go for, as long as you go for 4 and then another 4, you can change it up. Begin. Nice. Side, heel. Side. It's like in an L. Begin. Your turn. Good job. Your turn. Ready? Is it ending? Okay.
There it is, ladies. Hey,
Okay,
Albie.
good job.
Terry St. John, take it away.
I love
Far,
it.
far away.
Hey, arms up. Begin. Verna. What do you want? Good job. Back hand. This is back hand. Back. Do it twice on one side. 1, 2. 1, 2. Nice. Now with the honor beat. Raise it up. Nice. Good job. Okay. Very good. Our next move. Just because we're moving forward, let's do the pitter pat. So you're doing the heel toe, however you want. Okay? Ready? Begin. You can do it on the same side. Very good. Begin. Don't forget to raise your hand up. Nice.
Do you want our eyes to be up though, not looking down?
They can be, I mean, I don't like looking face on, like, I get nervous. First of all, I take my glasses off, and I'm kind of blind. So, like, it, like, almost, like, gives me, like, a shade, like, I don't know, like, it takes me some of the nerves. But sometimes, by all means, you can get up under here. But then other times, when you're going down, that head and the eye can go down with the foot, and that's adding the extra icing. So what's the difference? Here and here? See, that's like extra icing because now your whole body is dancing, right? Okay, let's see it. Good job. And go and try like this. Good job. She's already doing combos. Say that again. Sorry. 1, 2. And you can pitter pat it however you want. Good job.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. They can hear you now. Our teen girls jingle.
The pitter pat can
Try it
be.
again, can I?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. It's just everybody comes into the movement differently.
Can you do it again for me real quick?
Yeah. So you're going crossover first, then tapping, then heel, then toe, heel, then toe. Very nice. Yes. Yes. Don't go backwards. You can do it. 1, 2, 1. Very good. It's a movement. Once you get it, it's so much fun. Let's see. Arms up. Very nice. It's so intricate and delicate, but it's powerful. Go, baby. Yes, babe. Good job. Begin. Very good. You're getting it. You're getting it. You're getting it. So I think we're going to once you back to you. heel toe. See, that's what it is. It's not the same. You cross over and then it's that heel toe, then back to rest. Heel toe, 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 heel toe,
Hey, Abby, Terry St. John, take it away. TBC. Okay.
And see how I did that? You can take that move diagonally, side to side in a harsh way. Straight forward to the move. Ready? You're okay. Take it. That thing what you're missing is the actually hit the heel. I don't do this move on fast songs because it can. Okay, ready? One, heel toe, 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 heel toe. It's fine. If it's not your strongest move, work on it. Put it in your back pocket and wait until you can get it down. And that's what inner travels are for. That's what practicing at home is for. Begin. I've seen a lot of dancers even incorporate music and styles that they do in hip-hop. Like, watch Chad Brown Eagle and tell me he is not doing a crib walk. I mean, just tell me. Like, he does, like, it's so, and it's like, I don't know, it's like, these influence you can get from anywhere. Good job. Uh-oh, she's about to turn with it, turn. Good job. Good job, that's awesome. All right, now, we've done what, 3 or 4 moves now, right? I want you to act as if you're in the 4th verse, and you're gonna combine move after move. So do 4 minimum of the crisscross, 4 minimum of the side to side, then 4 of your crossover, and then pitter however you want to chop it up. I just want to see 4. I want to see distinctly 4 different moves. Ready? Begin. Everyone, y'all, that's crisscross, right? Side to side. She did the double side. There you go. There's that pitter pat. I'm just gonna adjust your hand. There you go. Good job. There you go. Begin. See how that crisscross hits?
Dummy.
Yeah, raise your bag. That crisscross hits on that outer beat. I'm telling you. You can redo it. You can redo it. Very good. Oh, she's doing the dash. She's doing the L. Good job. You're a glider, man. She's good. Okay, begin. Good job. There's that pitter pat.
Hey, look at all our moves.
Good job, ladies. She's doing the side to side. You can see the distinctness between each move. That's so important. Begin. She's doing some combos now. She's already chopping it up. And then do it again. Very good. Begin. Arms up. Beautiful. Nice.
Okay. But you see this one. That was my favorite.
Back-to-back song number 2.
Yeah, that one was good.
The boys, Jingle, Fancy
So,
Show.
which one do you like the most, or which one do you dance more of? Let's see what you do. You don't dance. Okay, I'm watching you, and you're a Jingle Just dancer for right now, and I honestly think that you might be a here and come forward. Okay, ready? Begin. And I want you to just do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let me see you do a jazz one.
Look at posture too.
I think honestly you might be able to stop Jingle. Begin.
Yeah, you have good posture too.
Arms up. see the difference when she's holding the fan? Yes.
Song number
Okay,
two.
because, oh, here's because here, let's go one more round of this exercise, and then we're gonna get into secondaries. Because when you're just doing this,
Are you ready to go for Texas contest?
different when you have that fan in your hand. It's completely different. So I'm just gonna adjust you. I like how you look down, but then on those strong moves, when you bring it back up, by all means, kick the shoulders back and hold that head up, but then bring it back down. It's a good balance. You ready? Begin. Yes. There's that. See that? She's got the L down. Then look up on the honor beam when you bring that fan up. Head up and your eyes. Your eyes up here. Yes. Yep. As far as you want to do, just show both and not just all of one way. You good? Very good. I'm just gonna adjust you. Keep going. And turn your yep. A lot of times I hear myself like this, people are bobbing it. I'm like, oh my god, I was doing it the whole song. Okay? Record yourselves always. Begin. Arms up high. There's that crossover. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then head back up strong.
Ooh, nice. That makes a difference.
Yes, it does. Looking down at times is like real subtle, but then bringing it back up. Just so. Yeah, absolutely. Get it, mama. Okay, hold on one second. Turn your fan around. There we go. The way she's holding her fan is perfect. And grip that waist. Don't let it go. There are muscles in your fingers that you're using you don't even realize. I'm like, I loop it in my belt. Begin. Nice. And see how she bounced to get on beat? Sometimes you have to do that in the beginning. Now let's see you go at full fan stroke. Put the arms up high. Now try to do this. Let's just see you kick. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Nope, both hands here. Okay, begin. Press the 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's the first time you go. You should go stop. You too. Put your hands on your hips. Have you ever done traditional? Yes? Yes? Okay, hold on one second. I want you to stand right here.
Back to back, song number two.
Alright. Okay. Here, pause this just for 1 sec. I'm just trying to see where, because that's why I owe that to you. Let's see you go. Let's see your dance. You dance traditional. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Stop right there. No, you are a traditional dancer all the way. She is. You have that bounce perfect. And I think you're more, because you have a little bit more of a bounce. Old style jingle would be a great fit for you. Not saying that you have to, but it just looks well with your timing and your posture. You know, you're finding yourself. That's a part of being a teenager. But very quickly, just like there's cliques in school, right? Or there's different things, activities in school. You have to find out. Yeah, you can explore all of them, but you can amp yourself out. Your parents are like, oh my God, would you pick just one? Because I can't keep up as far as fast as you're growing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So committing and finding your gift is important. It is good to be good at all things. I mean, that's what they're specials. You know what I mean? But when you have a style, then you're committing to that style and giving it the time it deserves because it's important. It's a part of who you are. Okay, I want to see you with your, let's,
You wanna
did
try
you
it
ever
back?
dance traditional?
Just a little bit.
Just a little, let me see your, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to dance traditional. It's boring. Honey, it is the hardest dance, because I've done them all. To me, traditional is, you have to have a backbone, and that's something that comes, it's a true gift. And when you embrace what gift you've been given, then you're not robbing yourself and the world of what you have to share. So hand would be here, and let's see you begin. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Stop right there. You do that pretty well.
Put your shoulders down a little bit more.
Yeah.
Kind of relax a little bit.
Try it again. 1, 2. Then let's see jingle. Ready? Crisscross. Again. 1, Chief, stop right there. That's pretty good. Okay, so you have
All
to think
two.
about it. Think about it. Watch the videos on YouTube. Watch and see, like, and then try it. Because I know all of you dance in your own living rooms or in your bedrooms. All of us do it, trust. Even the people that are like, I would never dance, trust they are doing it, they're dancing. So take that time instead of watching TikTok or Reels or, I always get after her, look, she's looking at me. Watch it. And then when you're at the
Facebook Reels all the time, though.
Man, it's addictive, but you know what? It's a distraction. It is. If you're not learning from it, don't watch it. Because y'all can say I'm crazy, but I mean, I hope that I am crazy and not right. But there's always been a master plan to take us out. That has not stopped. Trust me. The government does not want to see us succeed. They can't even believe we came back as fast as we did. You know what I'm saying? They can't believe, like, literally, if we use the tools that have been given to us and that they've allowed us to have, we're at equal. We could actually take them out on a lot of different policies. Learn about that. Learn about your hunting rights. What you can do. As you get older, you're going to be in tribal council. All my homies that I used to party with are chiefs now. I'm not even playing. They're running for council. Violet Only, she's on the council over there in Yakima. And she's been on there for like 4 terms. And I did not know that. And she's one of my best friends. Like, I didn't even know. You're going very quickly to become a person of position of power. Even in your family. You are the backbone of your tribe, princess. Okay? So with that, find out and learn. I would love to see half of you become lawyers. Because that's where we're lacking. We have to learn the law so that we know our rights. And they can't just come in and take things from us or just do things sideways, okay? Try to do what you're doing the right way, okay? All right, so that goes to show within the powwow, it's not that it's wrong that you've done it just twice, but committing to that crisscross. When you see a constant red out, I'm telling you right now, let me already finish. When you see her on that Gathering Nations video, and she comes across that arena, I don't know if you guys noticed, but at one point she's actually doing the design on the ground with her feet. She's following that Starburst design. I only noticed that because we've been best friends for a really long time. But when she comes across with a crisscross, which is our basic first move we met, in a diagonal like this, and then she takes that head back, I mean, it's like the world stopped for her. I mean, I have chills just doing it right now because it's that powerful. So taking your time to master each move, it's not, oh, I ain't got a lot of moves. No, it's the smart way to be. It's better to have less decisions and less moves to make and master them than a whole bunch of chaos, okay? All right, so now, I know I'm running fast because I feel like sometimes I might never get the opportunity to be in person with you again. And I'll start crying if I say that. But I want to be able to pack as much information in, so I know I'm throwing a lot at you. But we'll get through it. That's why I went live. You can go back and watch it again and see, practice it again and again. So there are secondary songs that go along with our style. Secondary songs means a straight song is the straight. That's what you heard earlier, right? But the secondary songs are the second songs that they would probably give you if they couldn't choose after the first. Because y'all make it tough. I couldn't even choose between the girls that are here. So a side step is what Jingle Dress would do. And then in Fancy Shawl, it would be either a double beat, a crow hop. Very rarely we do get a ruffle, but we have. So it's good to be prepared. I even saw where they gave the Jingle Dress dancers a double beat. And some of them girls were mad. Now I was like, what is going on? Are we getting to that day where we're like, but you know what? The girl that practiced in her living room and double beat, she's the one that won it. Because she didn't sit there and make excuses like, this isn't what I'm supposed to do. She had been to enough powwows. And even in Grand Entry, you guys, they've been changing it up where we're not just dancing straight songs. They'll throw in a crow and it's so much fun. And they'll do a double beat and those Jingle Dress dancers like, it's like, wait a minute, maybe they should be doing it. Okay? So that double beat comes from when our men would come back from work or from a hunt. They would come back in now, especially when they won, they're going to show off. Like, our men are show-offs. We know this. So they would train their horses to come in and not just gallop in or just walk in. No, they would come in with the beat of the drum. And you guys know that being Niimipuu because your Appaloosas, you're famous for that. My father-in-law, he went to all ends of the world to get a Nez Perce, not just any Appaloosa, but a Nez Perce Appaloosa, because it's a special breed. Those horses were one with their soldiers or with their warriors, and they would dance into the beat. And then watch. The Spaniards are really good at doing that too. They can make. Oh wait, I know where to watch it. Watch it. There's a double beat special that they had during COVID, and what's her name? Brother's youngest sister. The youngest one. No, or the other one, the fancy show. Yes. Genesis Rosales. She does where she made her horse is dancing in the background, and I swear to God, that horse is doing a double beat the same time as her, and she won that special by far. But it just goes. It's not random. It meant something, and it also originated. They say originated, but I don't think it fully originated because we all have our own separate or different spins on it on our victory dances. But the Crows are very good at doing double beats. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you what one of them told me in the double beat. Jefferson, Gladys, she told me that look like you're looking for loose change. And that's just so that your eyes are not down and not all the way up, but just looking ahead. It was a good way, a reference point that she said. So from now on, whenever I do double beat, I kind of like do a move for her, like I'm looking for loose change. It's just because she told me that. All right, so even though you're Jingle, I'm going to have you practice it because I'm going to have you all do the side step because you might be Fancy Shaw, but you might go in a Jingle special, right?
Yeah, I guess doing a Jingle special before.
There you go. And you need to know the side step, right? Okay. So find me a double beat on there.
Hey Cleveland, you're gonna have a double beat.
Well, actually, you know what? Let's not go to the double beat. Find me a crow hop first. A crow hop, you'll get more than a double beat. So I'll start there. And basically, ladies, follow the drum. If your feet, your heart, and the drum are the same, and if you want to grab your shawl or if you want to, by all means, you don't have to ask, just do it how you want. Your feet will follow the drum. So if the drum is going like this, do your feet in place. Oh, go ahead, that was a good one.
Your hand goes in your right hand, honey. I mixed you up some of it.
Okay, what was that? And you hop with it. Follow me. Now, if that's the only move you know, you can get to the co-op, right? Going up and down the hill as we go clockwise. And we're going to stay in place. We sound like horses, don't we? Now let's try to do the crisscross. Let's do side to side. That is long.
Whoa.
You know you're on the camera, right? Very good job.
Where's my phone at? Oh.
I almost wanted to give up in the third verse. So if you think about it, if that's your secondary song, that's after you've already danced a straight one. Okay? So, and what's funny is that the secondary songs, to me, they're easier on the body. Like, because they're just the way the pace of the drum is. I don't know about sidestep though, it just depends, right? But I would much rather get a crow hop than a straight song if I'm not in shape. Because it's half the beat. Your feet are not going double that amount. Turn that down just a little bit. You see? But pacing yourself. When you go to school and you decide to take on 8 classes because you want to graduate early, I say pace yourself. Taking your time. Knowing, it's good to know when they listen to the MC. When he says, we're going to do 2 songs back to back, I'm like, oh God. But I'm already setting myself up to be like tense and tired. Say, okay, I'm going to just pace it. I'm going to go through it. It's better to finish the way that you started than to be just straight gassed out and you gave it your all. You know, you just got used up in the beginning. So if you know, or what if they say, like it was a dream come true. They freaking gave us 2 verses of a straight, 2 verses of a crow hop. I was like, yes, that was a dream. I think it was at Black Hills. Anyway, I'm going back. Wherever it was, I'm going back. And it was awesome because you were able to really push it and dance hard and show both styles in one song. It was a dream come true. On finals, they did it that way. That's not always going to happen. I don't like back-to-back. I like to have my water and regroup in between. I like when pilots take their time. Because I have 5 kids and a husband. And that means I have like 7 kids. And that's a lot, man. It's a lot. I don't like to be rushed, but I can't make the world or the arena according to my schedule. I wish I could, because I would hook everybody up and let everyone have lots of breaks and you know the schedule. But a lot of times I believe it's a test. It's like, why are they doing it this way? Why is it where they're just picking out of a hat? I've seen that where they picked out of a hat. And everybody had to be ready. What is the purpose of that? Now, I'll argue that to the end. That's ridiculous. We have breastfeeding parents and women. For real, like, we're here. We've been drove 30 freaking hours. Let us know. But I can't make it a perfect world. Just like, the world we live in. I can't make the politicians give us lower taxes, but I better have money to pay it, right? So since we know what could come, be prepared for it, okay? We can sit back at camp and complain all day long, but that's not going to change it. It's not. Until we're the ones making the decisions, we have to go with what is set before us. So pacing yourself is a very good, even if you're not, you know what? I got this. We're just getting 1 song. If you see by the time you get past that first verse, man, this is only the first verse, and it feels like it's already at a minute. You better pace yourself so that you can end strong, okay? Ending strong is very, very important. You got to finish the race with your head held high. If you're at the end of the song and you literally like right there, I almost gave up. I almost said, you know what? Let me just let them dance the 4th verse and I'll watch it. But you're not going to die. That's what my husband always says. You're not going to die. So you can make it through. Your posture and your head is so much to do with it. I got tired at the end, but what I did was I kept my feet closer to my body. So instead of leaping like 1, 2, I was 1, 2, 1, 2. And you're conserving on your energy, but you're still looking engaged. Keeping your head up and your eyes up. I'm not saying look them dead in the eye, because that can be like, that's like, whoa, nerve-wracking for them and for you. Look just above their head, like at their foreheads. And you're here. Here. And then when I want to do a move, boom, boom. You can take the head down, but bring it back up. Because you have to show me I'm strong. And it is a battle. You are battling against yourself. So don't let the weak part of yourself win. Hold that head up high at the end. And even between Tadian and her sister, if one of them had lowered their head, that would have been the deal breaker. Right there, right? And they were holding their head down, like, even though they're going fast, their head would have been down, holding that head up. I'm telling you, raising it up, just not where it's too up in the air, but just where you're at people's foreheads. Because I can't stand making eye contact. It makes me nervous. Makes me nervous. But I'm telling you, when I'm a judge, I love for the dancer to not be scared and to dance right towards me. I'm like, okay. You can't even look away. You can't. It's so strong and powerful. You're magnetized to every part of their outfit and what they're doing. So I'm not saying it, and they're not looking me dead in the face, but they're not afraid to come straight toward me. And then when they hit it, bam. You know what I mean? Give it that icing because they'll never forget you, and that's what you want.
I have a question.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry to interrupt. So I'm Leilani's mom, but I know one thing that she as a jingle dresser has a hard time adjusting to is when because not all the time in your category, when your category's up, you'll get a contest drum, you'll get a non-contest drum. And sometimes the non-contest drums are slower paced, and I feel like they're more traditional, which is fine.
Right.
But she has no choice on who she
Right.
gets in there. So how do because Jingle and Fancy, they're quick, they're
Right.
quick dancers. So how do Jingle dress dancers and Fancy dancers adjust themselves when they're out on the floor if they have a drum that's more traditional,
Right.
that doesn't pace
Do it fast.
Yeah.
Right. Now, this is what makes us all different. I would rather get a southern song that's slow so I can dance. And when you embrace it, I see you are quick. You'd probably be a good soccer player as fast as your feet are. But a lot of the moves, okay, so when you're at, do you work out, actually do actual other kinds of workouts, or do you play a sport?
Volleyball, and she does horses and stuff.
Okay. So your horse, that's why they fight you when they want to turn around and go back to the corral. I mean, they literally will not listen to you, and they'll start turning around because they want to go back, right? And even when you try to slow them down, there's a lot of times you would think that the horse would rather go slow, right? There's a lot of times they want to freaking book it, right? It's like it's your own mindset. I mean, all I can say is that's what comes with practice. Also, when I work out, there's a lot of times where, like when you're doing push-ups, you do a push-up, but then when you do it slow, the resistance of it is slower, then it makes you actually stronger than doing them balls out, okay? So, there is look it up on YouTube. I do it quite often now. I just learned about it, actually. It's called Zone 2. And Zone 2 is a level, okay, so you've been at max out, right? Where you've maxed yourself out, right, running? But then Zone 2 is where you can run and still talk to someone by you, but your heart rate is up. You can actually get little, those devices, and it'll tell you when your heart rate is at Zone 2. They're saying that working out at Zone 2 is better than us going on max out days, which I was like, wait, what? And I don't know what, I don't know the science behind it, but all I can say is like how right there with the crow hop, that's like half the beat of the drum, of a regular drum. So it makes you slow it down. And Jingle, that's tough because in the side step is fast, huh? Okay, we're gonna practice the side step while we're talking about it. All I can say is just slow is practicing it. And sometimes I have seen where even my own kids or even myself, they've shown it in their face when I was like, God dang, I got this. I mean, that's one thing I have to get. Because my nephew, I danced at Pachanga last year in a fancy special, and they bucked us off at least 5-6 times, and I was so aggravated when I stood in line, and I was like, who the hell saying that? And my nephew messaged me, goes, we can see you and your face. And he goes, that was the oldest song that I can't remember, Southern Thunder or somebody has ever sang, and you should have known those stops. And I was like, oh my bad, I felt dumb. Because everything's on live now, y'all trust and believe. I think that makes me more aware. I think that I have specifically told myself, watch your body language, because more now with cell phones, but even before then though, people were watching you. It's very important. What if that drum, that's the best thing, and I don't mean no harm, when it comes to our competition, I do feel differently. I feel that the drums, that it's our competition. We don't affect their competition at all, but they affect ours in a huge way. So I feel like the shift needs to be changed. I do think they need to sit down and say, you know what? We're gonna get the contest songs, have a plan, more than just kind of being out there just oh no, you sing it, no, you sing it. Are you serious? I drove 40 hours to dance, to freaking please let me get Black Lodge. You know, and I'm not meaning no harm, but these little guys that are just starting, yes, we need to give them the opportunity to learn how to sing for us, but make that for an exhibition. Make that for an intertribal. But we can't make them, especially like with drums, oh, Lord. I've gone up to drums and said, I will pay you. I'm giving them, brought them all some to drink, just sing us a good song. And they'll do the exact opposite. Like, I think it's because they want to prove to us that we sing what we want, right? But all I can do is suggest to you is to YouTube or record them and then dance to that song, the next time. Because especially if they're a local drum, you can't get away from them. You're gonna keep getting. And I found too that when we resist something over and over, like I can't stand it, that's the drum you're gonna get. When my son said I can't stand Southern, I can't stand dancing to Southern. He got Southern that whole summer, but now he likes it. So look at it like, you know what? It's a time for me to kind of slow down and be dainty and like instead of it being so fast, slow down and accentuate that move over. And over, and over, and over. And then on the first four, do it in place almost, picking the head side to side. Then take it down to the left. Then turn it back to the right. Then turn it back and back. That's icing. And you'll find that honestly, once you embrace those slower songs, you'll like them. You'll like them. Now they're hard on the muscles. It's just different. You're not getting that release. But switching from side to side, alternating the leg that the move is on also helps. You'll find that if you do like lunges on the same side over and over, it's like, oh my God. But if you switch, you can go longer. Okay, so switching from side to side will help. Let's see, very good question. There's been times I've been like, y'all don't dance to the song. If none of us dance, you can't make us dance to it. And then that one person started dancing over there, I'm like, oh, here we go. I think if they can hear what we say in our camps, maybe some things. I think more women need to be in the committees to me.
I think too with the slow songs, especially like when I first started hearing Southern, because up here you don't hear very much Southern.
Right.
Especially when I was pretty young. I listened to it a lot.
Simon says.
Started singing it a little bit more.
Right.
So I started listening to it, but especially in Southern songs, there's like the downbeat.
Yes.
The beat changes.
Right.
But people, like a lot of my friends were like, oh, I hate dancing to
Right.
Southern, but like for me as a Jingle dancer, it was a way to listen to the song and change right in the middle of the song.
Right.
So you're jamming out hard, the beat's going hard, you're just jamming out, and then all of a
Then it
sudden,
drops low.
boom,
Boom.
boom.
Yes.
And then you're at a slower beat, a slower rhythm, so your dance moves change from this, oh man, I'm so into it, I'm pumped, but then to nice,
To that
small,
that
graceful,
smoothness.
yes, and I feel like even with the old style drums, that's kind of how when you hear it, you're not thinking like, oh man, I'm gonna go out there and just jam out. Like, okay, let me hear it, let me feel
Right.
it,
Listen to
let me
it.
see where my body takes me.
There you go.
And then so you come out in a more graceful way than you would.
Being rushed.
Yeah.
That's why the intertribals are so important. Yes, I'm still getting ready half the time during intertribals, but get out there because you're getting an opportunity to practice and hear the sound. Because even though there are different styles, there's Southern, there's original, and there's contemporary. Even within those drums, they have different styles. The boys are a contemporary drum. Sharpshooter, you would say technically they're an original drum, but they sing with language, so they're contemporary. But they have a different beat. They drop it down like a Southern. Boom, boom, boom. I love that part. I love how they mix. It's almost like a mix of all the styles into one. It's such a good feeling. But I have found that the more I resisted something, the more I got them, and it was not fun. It wasn't good. So these days they're gonna try. Like this is the new thing that I've noticed the Southern drums are doing, and you guys are getting more Southern up here because people are just evolving and they're asking them to come up this way. It's Blazing Bear. They're doing songs now where they're fast, and then when they hit that honor beat, it's not just slow, but slow. And honestly, at first I was like, this is dumb. But then when I danced to it, it was easier. When you came out of that fast honor beat, boom, 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 and then it went slow, it was like easy. I don't know, embrace it and get into it. But You gotta listen to it. So I always tell my daughter, I'm like, you're gonna have to change your playlist up and take off. Who's your J. Cole or whoever she's listening to? I mean, I did get to go to his concert. It was amazing. But that song and all those songs, and the fact that my sons can literally verbatim write every one of their songs is not going to help them when they're in there dancing to Midnight or to Sharpshooter or to Black Lodge. You've got to know, like, it even helps you to know when you hear that lead, like, oh, I know this song. They have the best CD I think that Black Lodge has ever had is Live at Skoposh. I love that CD. It was magical. But those songs are challenging. They're long. And some of them are like, like there's like no break. It's like, oh my God. And they sound so good, but like to dance to them is a different story. So do your homework, I'm telling you. It don't make any sense to go to a competition and to not be prepared. And the preparation comes from yourself. And honestly, then you only have yourself to blame. And so it's not like when you're in school and you have a coach, oh, he's not giving me playtime, or oh, I didn't know the plays, or or this. It's all on you. Put them on your playlist. It'll become like the back of your hand. Boom, boom, boom. You'll even be taking leads while you're sitting in the car, right? So listen to the song. Plus, it's beautiful, and plus, it's not tainted. It's not putting subliminal messages or straight up messages of booty popping in your ears. It's sacred, okay? So my parents didn't let me listen. My dad was a preacher. I wasn't allowed to listen to the radio. So I listened. Black Lodge was my first tape I ever had. Okay, and they let my little nephews sing at their drum. They didn't even know who he was. It was awesome. They're still around. They're still there. It's such a great feeling of consistency. Okay? All right. Because when you get those drums that you've never heard, like yours and Creed, yeah, they've been nominated 9, 10 times for a Grammy. They're awesome. But I'm scared of them. Because they will sing a brand new Young Spirit. Because I'm like, I don't hear them enough. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, what are we going to get? But when you get that Old Faithful, I'm being honest, when you get Indian Nation and they sing, it's just something, a comfort level with what you know. So that goes on you. Okay, little girl. Her eyelashes are so beautiful. Come here. I'm going to call you Lashes. I have nicknames for all my students, I do. I had a bunch of Leilani's, Lonnie, Lane. I was like, oh my God, I called one Glitter, one, I just on based on our personality. Yeah, your Lashes all the way. Okay, we'll die for those. Okay, come on, girls. We're getting close. What time is it?
4:04.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm from the South, so we talk a lot. Okay, you guys did amazing. Are there any other questions? We're gonna practice the
That would
side
be a
step.
traditional. Can we try that just at the end too?
Yes. If you guys have nowhere to go, I'm here, so I'm here. So the side step is so important. You are healers. When you don't take that seriously, you're breaking down the foundation of what is capable of doing. When like, I don't know, in the Bible it says when 2 or more are gathered in my name. Well, I mean, I don't really think that you have to be a Christian to believe into that. It just, when there are 2 or more people, it creates a circle. So you literally can make a mountain move. I mean, I'm being, some people think that's metaphorically, but when you start to access all the parts of your body that you are a God, if you were created in the Creator's image, then what are you? You're God, right? Right? If God created us in His image, then we are the same as Him. So your potential to be a God has to be reached, okay? And with that, knowing that you can make something happen with just a thought. Your reality starts as a thought. That's why it's important. Yes, I know that we listen and do a lot of random things, but put intention into what you do. Put a prayer. I'm not saying, it's kind of hard to focus to pray through 4 times through, because at some point you're like, oh my God, my legs hurt, or what do I do? You know what I mean? But start it off. Think about somebody that's freaking having a hard time, or like a grandma, or just set your eyes on somebody and say, you know what, I'm going to heal them. If I'm nervous, I want to look going in the eye, right? Focus on a grandma that's just barely trying to see you, that's over in the corner. And set your intention on, she will be well, she will be well, she will be well. If you have 2 or more people saying that about the same person, if they were in a wheelchair, they could get up and walk. I've seen it happen. I've been to ceremonies where everyone was praying for the same thing at the same time, and with that drum, that person was healed. Like the doctors told them they were done. There will be times as a jingle dress dancer that you will be called upon to come into the arena to dance for a certain family. Okay? That is a very important thing, so don't take it lightly. Not everyone can wear a jingle dress, okay? They can't. And as you travel, some will ask, well, who gave you that right? You'll hear that sometimes. Who showed you that? And don't take it in offense like, oh, they're trying to like talk down to me like I don't have a right. Just say, hey, and if you gave yourself that right, stand up and say, I did. I know that I'm a prayer for healing. I know what my dance means, and that's why I'm here. And they'll say, right on. Right? So as a jingle dress dancer, yes, it's dainty and beautiful and it makes noise. I know that's a lot of my parents, they start their kids out as jingle because it's cute, but it has a purpose. Okay, just like Fancy Shaw has a purpose. There are times that someone will pass away and you will cut your hair and you will feel lost and you will stay out of that circle. But there's a time for healing, that your hair will grow long again and that you have to come back and show that you can be resilient. When Chief Joseph, right up the way here in the mountains, I don't believe that he wasn't actually conquered. He surrendered. He said, you know what? I'm so close, but I don't want anyone else to die. So he just made a decision. He said, you know what? He said, you know what? I don't want anyone else to die. So let's go over here and let's live. He hated it, right? And they say that he died of a broken heart. Now, had he had some jingle dress dancers come and pray for him, you never know. He might have seen that light. But that's really, this place is so beautiful, but you can also feel that. I honestly feel that feeling when I come here. Of like, it was a place that was safe because it's like one way in, one way out here. And he could have stayed right in this area and hid out and said, you know what, we're going to barricade these two and you ain't coming in here. That's why they were almost one of the last ones that signed, you know what I mean? They were chilling. But it's almost like you feel that like a little bit of emptiness, almost like, hey man, like what you once were. When you put that dress on, you are that of your past. You know what I'm saying? You are connecting directly, a direct line to what we were and what we can be. Okay? We might not be riding on a horseback the way he was so keen. The way his hair, he was one of my favorite chiefs. Favorite of all time. But we can be just as strong and powerful as them in our own way today. So when you dance, we got tired. We didn't quit, right? Holding that shoulder. I want everyone to hold your shoulders and put the fan over your heart. It's because when you pray, it starts in your brain. Okay? Starts in your brain. But then you give it the love from your heart. And when you raise it up, let's raise our fans up. I want you to raise it high. Okay? When you raise that fan up, then now you're sending that prayer to the Creator. We use eagle feathers because they are the highest flying bird. And they are the closest to the Creator. So what other bird will we use, right? When you use a penguin, they don't go very far. Right? Okay, so raise it up. That's a lot of it. If you're tired, raising this fan up and out, I'm seeing girls with no moves. They had no moves, but that fan was so proud. It made them look to you. When you have your fan, like she's like 6 feet, 7 feet tall now, right? Then bringing it back. Boom, across that heart. It can't leave your body unless it has love, because it has nowhere to go. That's why the fan is over our heart. So holding your shoulders and your elbows in position is important. Very good. Even the flick of the wrist. Yep, yours is very good. And every one of y'all hold it different. I love it. You remind me of my friend. She's from Chad Brown Eagle's mom. You know her? Devonica. Doesn't she have the same shape?
Yeah.
She's so pretty. Yes. Okay. Side step time. Side step, we go with the earth. So we go, now wait. Now if you're old style, they traditionally go on the underbeat. That is so hard for me. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try. There are so many different ways to do your feet.
Oh yeah.
I think the easiest way is to keep the feet together. Start with your feet together. And then to dig down. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Begin 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Go out 1, 2, 1, 2. Stop right there. Very good. To me, that's the easiest way, okay? Now, there are lots of other ways. Old style, they take their foot, take your right foot and have it kind of on the ball. And you push out with your left. And then you snap. So, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Stop right there. There's a lot of rules or like different, I don't know if you say rules if that's the correct word. But old style, they say, it's easier. No, I don't think so. Try doing exercises. Try doing an exercise video tomorrow and put in interval training. And it'll change you up like every 30 seconds. And to me, that's easier. When you do calisthenics, which is the same repetitive muscle group over and over, that hurts. It burns. You will feel the burn. So find which one is best for you for your body type. You can also, if you're a tippy toe girl, take it up on the toes. 1, 2, 1. You can separate the foot. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. You do that good.
Are you good?
Look at you. But we're gonna go clockwise, okay? Now on the honor beats, we raise our fan if we have a fan, if we're contemporary, okay? Some girls change it up, and what traditionally this is what they did, and this goes for traditional as well. On the honor beats, you are in place, raising the fan, and then you turn, and you're honoring the. You don't turn all the way this way. You turn in a half moon, so you're facing towards the inside of the arena. You turn to the left. If this is at noon, then you turn to, what is that, 9? And then back to noon. Yeah, and then to 3 o'clock, and then back to noon, and then you keep going. You're honoring the directions when you're doing that. Everyone's different, but I do believe that there should be a distinct difference between your sidestep part and your honor beat part. It's also because strategically, that's time for you to regroup and give your muscles a break. Take advantage of that break, staying in place and showing the distinct difference that you know the honor beat as opposed to the regular part is important. In the third verse, traditionally they don't do an honor beat. It's a pickup. Don't get confused, because if you see someone that raises their fan on the honor beat and it's not an honor beat, it's kind of like they'll mentally dock you. Like they'll say, okay, she didn't know the difference, okay? So usually in the third, there's no honor beat, and then in the fourth, that's when you know the song's gonna end. Now they do a tail. Now I was told, and this is by Ojibwe himself, he sings with Battle River, that during the tail, that's when you would see, like, I don't know if you guys watched that Jingle special from Black Hills, where that lady was getting down to like, boom, boom. Now on the tail, you can go any direction you want, they said. That's the time that you can get down. Now when they do the holler thing, that's something that you can only do if you've achieved that in Medewan ceremonies. So don't be one of those dancers that just does it because they think it's cool or they hear everyone else doing it. You have to have been in those ceremonies in order to do so, okay? So it all comes from a traditional place, a dream, something sacred, okay? So it's great to try different things, but don't just assume like, oh, I'm gonna do that. You know, do your homework first, and just text me or ask me. I'm not saying that I know everything, but I can guide you or get you in touch with the right person to give you the right information, okay? All right, so let's try it. Sidestep it. I'm just gonna come around. I'm gonna dance the first verse, and then I'm gonna adjust it. Okay, play it? No. Bring it. Good job. Now it's your own style. Keep on. You won't do the hop. You're lower to the ground. Okay, there's that harmony. Good job. And then That's that beat I was talking about. And then hit it hard. Nice. Raise the eyes up here. Raise it up. Beautiful. You bring it down the end. Nice job. Woo! Let me tell you what. If y'all think the side step is easy, no. It's not easy. None of these styles are easy. But if we do the right amount of practice, then they will be fun. Because practicing and getting your body ready is the best. Okay, so it's put your right foot just on the ball of your toe cup, kind of like how we used to stand in school, like we were cute, like hey. Okay. And then we slide this one.
This one?
Yeah, at the same time. It's a bend and slide, and then this one meets. Yep.
Oh.
1, 2,
Okay.
1, 2. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
1,
okay.
2, 1, 2. I love when they do their arms. I'm like, oh my God.
Okay,
yes,
okay,
yes.
okay.
Then they turn. It's so beautiful. When you see those jingles, it's not only the prayer and the step, because the 1, 2 shuffle was the original move. It was 1, 2 shuffle. 1, 2 shuffle. That's the only move that it had. Was not it. It's the sound. It's never one thing. There's so many things that go into making everything so beautiful in this earth. It's not just your outfit. It's not just your steps. The 1, 2 is the most important step you can have. Because when you walk, your 1, 2, I mean, you might not be able to jump, but your 1, 2 is going to get you from point A to point B, right? So I think a lot of us forget how important the 1, 2 truly is. You know, yeah, she was doing a whole bunch more moves than me. Man, she's good, man. I want to be like her. That's good. But when you can come back to the 1, 2, let me show you what I mean by that. Let me borrow someone's fan. Thank you very much. Now, this is a lesson too. When someone comes and asks you, hey, can I borrow your fan? Be careful now. First of all, they don't take care of stuff the way that you do, because it's yours, right? You know, usually on a fan, you should have a loop on there so that it loops on your hand, and then you can twist it, and so it won't fall off. I mean, I have to have one because the fan, it took 45 years for me to get the fan. And it's really not mine because my husband claims it every time he's like, no, that's my fan. But it's for safety reasons. What if somebody bumps into you and it falls to the ground? And now we have to have all the veterans come out. Everyone's crying and putting down money, and it's just like, oh my God. Preparation is key. Have that little loop on your fan. Then let's say if your cousin went and grabbed the fan and they weren't supposed to. They just
I would just beat them up.
True. But when you're standing out there, you gotta be like behind them, like, oh my God.
Especially when it's my younger cousin.
Right. So put your fans away. You gotta put it away, right? Because you know they're gonna come grab it. It's very important that if you know, don't act like you don't know. Okay? And don't let everybody just blame it on. My mom won't let me. Because I'm telling you, let me tell you what happened one time. I was at a powwow. This guy was smoking a cigarette behind this lady and burnt her plumes completely up while she's sitting there. Now, what if you had borrowed those were your plumes, and you had borrowed those to your cousin? And let's just say she won't pay attention, and she was waving that head around. Or she was smoking. Or she went by the heater. You know how sometimes they have heaters? Now, that's why, and sometimes it's pure accident, but just, now, I can't, because it's not mine to loan out. That's what I say. I'll let it be my husband's when someone comes and asks me, because it's that beautiful of a fan. But any other time, I'm like, yes, you know. But, just, it's yours, you know, and it takes up people, even if it's given to you from birth. You still had to earn it. You had to be born, right? So just be careful with your items. Some of them are irreplaceable. They are. If the government has a hold on what we get as far as birds, don't you think they could make it even harder? I mean, they make it hard enough as it is. And there's birds in these sanctuaries, or the what do you call them?
Sanctuary.
Yes. Lined all the way up. They had to build new ones because they had so many. But then it takes us 6 and 7 years to get what we want. They're just trying to hold us back, hold us down. It's all right, we know. So be careful, because someone might be drinking hot coffee and bam, all over your fan. Put them in the case when you're not using them. It's also because people have sticky fingers. They'll steal it and they'll help you look for it. I'm just telling you the truth. Be careful with your items. They're sacred items. But what was I talking about? I was talking about, what were we talking
Are we
about?
still on the side step or no?
I think so. Okay. So, your fan is so important and it's a part of you. So raising it up high to the sky and giving it that breath of the air. The eagle flies so high we can't even see it. And so that's how this fan should be. Don't be, all over the place. Because I have seen where a person's got their fan caught up in their hair tie. And that was not good. I've seen where their fan chopped off their plumes. Boom, because they were doing this too much. Okay, so we're not practicing with all of our items. So I do suggest, and intertribals, and maybe you don't bring that stuff out at home. But it's good to know. Watch in the mirror. Record yourselves. It's hard for us to watch ourselves sometimes, but it's the fastest resource to getting better. Okay? You can see where, oh man, my arm was kind of off. Or, oh, I need to do that in a bit better way. So it's a great resource. There was something else I was going to say, and I can't remember. Maybe it'll come back to me. Are there any questions? I think it's that cat. That cat wants to come take class. That cat wants to come take class. They dance just like we do. Just they have their own little powwows. Isn't that cool? It's cool.
I'll make you dance.
Bigfoots, they probably have their own powwows. Little people have their own little powwows. Little ants are over there getting dressed up. No, I'm just kidding. They should have got a native cartoon like that at the Disney. Wouldn't that be cute?
Seriously.
show
We're waiting.
that I like watching is probably Explorer Rangers.
Oh yeah, yes.
Probably because I want to raise that it's so bad.
And your horses, they dance. They have their own just spirit about them. Everything does. So remember that. Okay, any questions? Are y'all tired?
No.
She's like,
I'm like,
You want to go home? You
Can I
hungry?
say
Dance
all-
some more then.
I save all my energy for my little sister because last night she went to bed at 4.
Uh-oh.
She woke me up.
She went at 4 in the morning? Oh, so she slept in late. This morning?
No, she woke up an hour later. I woke up at 10.
Oh, you did? You guys are on vacation, right? So it kind of throws you off. I was at a peyote meeting the night of the solstice. And that was awesome because you know what? The teepee was lined up perfectly with the sun. When the sun came up, it was magical. It was a great place to be. But when learn the seasons, you're in your element here. So freaking beautiful here. We went driving up on top today and I was like, oh my God. And we came here over 20 some years ago and stayed here. And I've always said, and to this day I will say, this is the most beautiful reservation I've ever been to. And so embrace that. You are from a proud people. And so if you don't quite know, who still doesn't quite know what style they want to be? They want to, she's like, don't look at me, don't look at me. I know that you don't, I mean, I know that if someone say, oh, what about traditional? And you're like, I want to be like, wear all the fancy, but have you guys not seen how individual and how beautiful and badass, there's no other way to say it, that your tribe dances traditional? Like, it's so unique and it's just awesome. Like when I see a high stepper, I'm like, that is somebody I am not messing with. Because she comes out, she's so strong, and that breastplate and just her posture, like you can't falter that. I feel like fancy is probably the easiest because yes, you have to have a wind, but you can just be all over the place. Like you know what I mean? There has to be no control, and there's so much control into traditional. So if you haven't given that a thought, I mean, I really think that you're a traditional dancer. So I know I don't want to get you up by yourself right now, but let's all stand up and practice it because they do have specials here where let's say they'll have a youth basket hat special, right? And then all of you are scrambling. Auntie, can I borrow your auntie, grandma, right? And then you wish you almost had paid attention a little more because as slow paced as it is, it's a whole lot of control. And that's hard for people. We're instant gratification people, so we've gotten away from that. Oh, your traditional song. I had a student that came to me during COVID, and she is, where is she from? She's from Arlene, maybe, or somewhere, or she lives in Washington, the Spokane area. No, it's not that. It's somewhere around this area, but she's a short fringe, and she was adopted, okay? So she never knew. Her last name was Big Smoke. but that's not the name she was raised in. She was raised with a white name. So as she got older, she knew who she was, but she was like, when will I get to find out who I truly am, connect with that family? Well, I don't know that she's ever fully connected with her family, but somehow she came across me and I was able to teach her. Now, she's an amazing student, but she was like, this is like having, I'm not saying it in a derogatory way, like a tiny tot, like brand new, even though she's older than me, like she's never been around it because they kept her, like her adopted family did not keep her around. They came from a good place, they say. They didn't want her to feel sad or to miss that. So they kept her from it. Whatever the reasoning, she didn't have it in her life. So now she's an adult and she had the opportunity to learn it. Man, it was awesome. I ended up getting her a dress that was made from Germany. Now, let me tell you, these Germans, look it up. I want y'all to look it up. People from Germany, there is a group, there's not just one group, there are thousands of them. They identify with our culture because they were the traditionals that lived in Germany when Hitler came in. So after Hitler came in and tore everything up, and the nation was broken, they were the ones who didn't have nothing to do with none of that. And they lived by the earth. There are traditional indigenous European people from a long time, it's been a long time since they've been accessed it, but they did exist. So they identified, and at the same time, there was this writer. And let's say like Harry Potter. Harry Potter literally influenced like an entire generation of people, right? People walking around with wands and stuff, right? Talking in the language, like even with the hobbits and stuff, like a book can truly like influence an entire generation of people. So this guy comes in, he starts writing these like fairy tales about this native guy who was like a hero. Needless to say, they didn't have TV back then, and everybody loved those stories. So there are a large group of Germans that practice Native American culture. You should see their outfits. We would be ashamed of ourselves. You stand by side when I'm telling you, their work is immaculate. They set up teepees and they set up teepees and have these like rendezvous where they don't pow up, they like live like they're natives. Look, I'm telling you the truth, look it up. I got a dress from one of them, and this dress was made, I compared it to the dresses from that area, and they used sinew. I don't even know how you thread a needle, and I don't know how you do that. It was so awesome, and she has it now, and so soon, I should call her up. Spokane's not that far from here now. Yes, and so she's going to come into the arena. Now, she wasn't very proud. She didn't know how to be a proud Native American because she hadn't lived that life, but it was in her DNA. She had never tried it, never had danced it. But as soon as she put that shawl over her arm, and I told her, I said, you're the backbone. When I told her what her job was, then she knew what to do. You are the backbone, so therefore stand up. And it is all posture, girl. The back has to be straight. Even leaning back a little bit, because you think about it, you have a heavy breastplate on the front. All right? Your fringes are short, but it's some heavy. That's high. It's heavy. You have a shawl on this side, so it's almost like teeter-tottering you. You have to know how to balance in all of that. Okay? Very good. So then let's see, because I'm not from here. You all show me what is the style of the traditional dancers here. It's not like Southern where they bend and they're dipping. You guys are dipping but high stepping up out of it, correct? So you're dipping your knees, but then when you come up out of it, you're stepping forward, up and forward, right? And it's almost like a second, like a bounce in it. So let's
There's
do
a couple different ones. I think you do yours.
Let's see yours.
I super low.
Okay, so you don't do the double. Okay,
I do like
got
that
it.
too.
So it's just
Yeah,
one.
but some people do
one.
the really.
One. The older women,
Yeah, they
they
do
like
this
it.
one.
I'm like, y'all better quit it. She is coming through. She's like, boom, and she does her head all
Yeah,
over.
I love
But
that.
it's like, oh shit. But then they do their head. It's
Bev
like,
Allen, she's the best at that.
but like I think that comes from like, you know what? When we were doing our dances, when our men were coming back, they would throw their breastplates on the ground in front of their family members. When let's say they went over here and they kicked some ass and they freaking took someone's shells that we have never seen, or they would come back and throw them at our feet, and we would be Lulu and be on the side like, that's my man, yes. And then we picked up their items and we put them on. Now, we also went to battle. Don't let them get it twisted. We went to battle. There are actual societies, like the Comanche Little Ponies from down south, and they had them everywhere because at times, the men were home doing this, and then we got attacked. You think we're gonna let our children die? No, we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight. So we fought. So we had that right. Different tribes have different protocols. Some women wear war bonnets. Others don't dare. They don't dare put a war bonnet on. It's just learning your own way makes it even more of an intention. Now let's see. You just did a step. And then I've seen some of the women that actually look like they're traditional dancing because they're doing the double step. And I'm like, you better get it. They're like, boom, boom. It's so awesome. So with that, let's all try traditional because at some point you will be the backbone of your family. You might already be. Can we get you have to have some calves and but I know your arms have to be strong. Begin. That much I'm learning from
And the serpentine motion too, ladies.
Wait a minute. Did you go to were you at did I talk to you at a powwow? Do you dance traditional? Did you go to Muckle Shooter Legends last year? No? Okay.
She's going to though. So
Yes. Very good. Okay, how many ladies? Good. Let me see you do like this. The shuffle.
Katie, sometimes you get like a double in there or no? Like a tap? Like a tap kind of thing, huh?
Yeah. Good job, ladies. You are all around dancers. You're really good at all of them. Good job. And then, let me see. You dance, you dance. I think you're contemporary jingle. That's just my recommendation. Is she Angela? She is, huh? She is. Oh, okay. My bad. Very good. Dance jingle now. Go into your own style now. Let's see your own style. Yes.
You can do jingle now, Kel.
Now that's a pickup. Good job, ladies. You did not. Good job.
Okay,
Finish
Kel.
strong.
Okay, Kel. I like the crisscross.
Let's see the side to side.
Jermaine Bell. Jermaine.
Let's see any move you want. That's your last dollar beat. Good job. Ready and stop. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nobody had to do jumping jacks. I haven't caught one of you stopping off because I make you do jumping jacks if you miss the stop. Any questions? Any questions? Now I can help you as far as outfit goes. Through the dance studio, I don't only teach dance, we make outfits. If you look on my Facebook There's tons of examples. What I like to do also is because I grew up poor, you know what I mean? There was 6 of us in our family. And my mom, I dreamed about it. I'd talk about it every day till I was blue in the face. It didn't mean I was getting it. Okay? I like to revamp. I love taking something that someone thought was like trash and remaking it. Like if you look on my Facebook, I do a lot of moccasins because that's one thing that it grows so fast. So if you have something that doesn't fit, if that's your only means, or let's just say it has sentimental value and you wanted to keep wearing it, there's so many ways of us making it completely brand new. There's even a tutorial there's a show that I did it's called Making Regalia with the guy J.R. Lone Lodge. Yeah, and I made a pair of moccasins bigger. I don't really know if it came across the right way, but so I can help you. I mean, I have 2 jingle dresses, 2 junior girls jingle dresses for sale. They don't have clothes on, but they're brand new. They're on my on my Facebook page. I have those with me right now.
What size are they?
I think they're in the house. They're I should bring them down to your store. Are you gonna have your store open even though there's a powwow?
Oh, tomorrow? Or what's tomorrow, Monday? We're closed Monday. I'll be there though.
Okay.
I'll be downstairs in my
Are you gonna have a booth at the powwow? Or you don't have booths at powwow?
Yeah, we're gonna have a booth at the Pachanga.
At Pachanga? Okay,
yeah.
Cool. All right. My brother's going to. I don't know if he's gonna have his booth there, but I know he's gonna be there. But
Do you guys
yeah,
have other stuff too or no?
we have some armbands. Lonnie made some deer leg armbands that someone fell off on getting them, so they're for sale. And I'll check to see. I have a bunch of used stuff at home that I want to get rid of, but it's a lot of work. Putting it up on there and then measuring it and like answering these people who I had someone say, oh my God, ask me a million questions and I don't have any money right now. Now I understand why they say serious inquiries only. But I will help you. There is no small of a budget that we can't work within. I mean, for real. So we'd rather see you out there than having this dream and this fulfillment and not fulfilling it. So just let me know. Message me and I will help you. There's so many times I have dresses that have been donated to the studio, so they're not for sale. But they're sitting there, and when I've had a student that came and she didn't have the means, and I saw that and I saw how much she was practicing, so I gifted her with the dress. Okay? So let me know. Hey, I just can't find any hair ties. Man, there's so many things that you can do that you wouldn't even believe that look awesome, that are cost efficient, and that we can work within. So I appreciate all of you and thank you for showing up because I was so nervous that no one was coming. Because it literally was like, let's take a picture together. Okay. Hey. Over and out. Hey. Thank you, Shki. I'm here. Oh, people are chiming in. They're saying stuff. We're gonna take a picture and thank you for joining in and book me so I can come to you or through virtual. I don't like that as much, but Shki. Everyone say see you. How do you say laters or how do you say? What do y'all say? Yokalo. Oh, I like that. Yes. See you at Pachanga. Oh, and at Piney West Days. Or I don't know if it's Piney West. That's a specific. New Year's Eve powwow. Okay.